wanna hear something spooky?
What?
I used Gigawatt to kill a butterfly.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Jackie, it's just a prank.
Oh, okay. What the hell's going on? When Ectotron released, many people felt absolute joy that this piece was both nostalgic and new at the same time. I mean, who wouldn't want a pop culture classic car turning into a fighting robot? It wasn't for everyone, but for some it was magic, so why not try and spark that again? What other 80s sci-fi film would you go for that was not only cherished, but had a wicked looking car? Of course, it had to be the DMC DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future. Hasbro collaborated, and now we have Gigawatt. Gigawatt. Giggle who. Before we take a look at the figure, the package is similar in shape to the classic Generation 1 boxes continued from Ectotron, but seemingly with more custom art and much smaller, considering Gigawatt is based on a deluxe. Yet with the markup prices in Canada, they wound up being the same price. Yeesh. You got the classic Marty McFly pose artwork, fire tracks, 35th anniversary logo, very retro images of the DeLorean, including the vehicle unloading like the box is a trailer. Back of the package also has the stats, which you'll need a red lens to make the blue lines more obvious than it already is. The insert is shaped well, with outlines of the vehicle itself and a small diagram of the flux capacitor. Also, it is clarified that he is indeed an Autobot. There was a more rare early Walmart release, but it only had slight differences with a number out of 1,985 copies. Wow, that absolutely exists. Gigawatt, and yes I'm calling them that, transforms as expected into the classic DMC DeLorean customized for the film design. Not only was the DeLorean such an iconic vehicle from the 80s, but this form is a statement in cinema finally represented in an official Transformers figure. It's not absolute perfection, I would assume. I mean, panel lines are typical, but I'm sure they did their best with the sculpt. The paint would likely have the setbacks. The main color is an unpainted gray, yet there's a slight shine and molded streaks that give it a stainless steel look, better than when Swindler did it. I'm not an expert or absolutely picking myself on the details. I'm sure the back top could have used more paint, but it's undeniable that this is the classic time machine built around a car. The wires going across the sides, tracing around the wheels, and the components seem proper, including the twin air conditioners. How can we talk about the DeLorean time machine without even mentioning the DeLorean it's built on? This is a completely retro, slick, boxy, and sharp design. With the silver, it makes it seem tough. No wonder it was infamous. It normalizes and embraces the time, perfectly blended with two franchises of the 80s era. Check out the front, it's so clean and elegant. The headlight details are spot on with a dark gunmetal trim around it. Such a key component of the DeLorean. Not to mention the window shapes and very necessary gullwing doors. That is beautiful. It does scratch the black paint though, and there's nothing inside, but last I checked on the box, it's not an alternator. Look at the brake lights with the gunmetal paint in there too. It's just so nice, although the knees seem to break up the flow. The California license plate without a time printed, I cannot go through this review without mentioning it. If you look underneath, the kibble placement might seem familiar. That's because this is actually a rework of the Siege Sideswipe figure. First Cybertronian, then the Time Machine DeLorean, then Countach. What else can't he be? The answer? Probably subtle. The vehicle windows would have used uncolored and untinted clear plastic, and it would have really exposed the weird frame underneath as shown in the stock images. Except at some point they changed it to a clear dark blue. Wow, fixing clear plastic? Couldn't have done that with Kingdom Tracks. Speaking of him, he might not roll too well, but where we're going, we don't need wheels. I mean, thanks for the painted rims, but turn them down, attach the Mr. Fusion to the back, and here's the flight mode. This is so good, I love it. Only thing it's missing is a flight stand. So we get the Back to the Future version, the Part 2 version. All it's missing is a way to connect to Astrotrain, and we're in the gold. Aside from the Mr. Fusion that pops off way too easily like a dysfunctional Beyblade, he comes with a gun that could be properly stored underneath. It's a little exposed, but could be a component connecting to the sci-fi invention. You could also plug the lightning rod in reference to the movie, just be careful not to that's hot. So he gets this, and Hot Rod can't get his fishing pole. If you can't tell, because I've been complimenting this non-stop, even with the shortcomings, there's something I enjoy with every part of this. It's awesome, it's iconic, it's something I wanted for the longest time. But for it to be a crossover, we need to look at its other form. Robot mode. collaboration between both franchises have now spawned this character. This feels like their precious baby that they'll cherish forever despite any of the flaws. Though, taking it all in, the figure feels surprisingly bland. This figure should feel like an event. Say what you want about Ectotron, but he feels like the life of the party, celebrating both brands. This guy feels like he's the guy leaning on the wall, not really ruining the vibe, but just there. I think it's mostly because two things are going against it. A duller gray color doesn't let him pop, and apparently the Siege Sideswipe Club was open for members. None of these points are particularly bad. I mean, both problems are reasonable in some way. Most collaborative figures are remolds, and Sideswipe, if anything, seems to fit. But the combination makes him feel like a generic bot in cosplay. Couple things to note in the transformation: remember to flip down these panels on the shoulders. Sometimes I forget since it's not on the Sideswipe. Also be careful when flipping out the flux capacitor. There's a certain point where the chest is down that'll give you the clearance to flip it. I know the hood chest is wide and a little bit awkward, but I'm glad they don't really break it up considering this shows a defining trait of the car. I appreciate the detailed flux capacitor overlaid with a clear screen and painted in light blue. There's multiple dates listed, all of which are references to the films, but as a Transformers fan, it looks like Headmaster stats. I do like how the door wings are not in the traditional shape, thanks to the nature of the DeLorean. I don't mind the details on the legs, especially the flux capacitor kneecaps, yet would it kill to get some paint? I mean, the wheels can be forward, but I'm not into it. There's already so much gray, it's like Sideswipe Noir. I kinda like the head sculpt, admittedly, but with a brand new character, why is it so much like Sideswipe? We could have at least gone a different route, yet the shape doesn't feel like much of a difference. At least they gave him McAdams goggles for science purposes. Did someone say, Articulation? Ball jointed head, shoulders out and in, forward to back, rotation below, elbow bend, waist rotation, hips out and in, forward to back, rotation below, knee bend, and foot tilt. Posability is okay for someone with an oven door on their chest. Getting the arms across might be a challenge, and the head doesn't seem to tilt up when it's forward. However, the kneecaps are the biggest issue, with all the kibble inside putting it to a stop. Let's take a look at the accessories. He comes with a blaster that looks like a Nerf gun equivalent to Optimus Prime's Ion Blaster, just with textures fitting closer to Gigawatt, and two different connection points for the included Mr. Fusion. The reason being is, look, I don't know, maybe Prime caught him playing with it and he just slapped a Mr. Fusion on it to pretend it was his all along. There's also the lightning rod, which in alt mode was used to get him back to the future. That's right, without this, the film would just be called Guess Where in the Past. In robot mode, it, well, gets stored, I guess, unless you want to get creative. You could give it to Blur for some time travel experiments, or like I mentioned, have hot rod fishing. Now it's looking like a Voyager price point product. But the best accessory has to be the pink hoverboard, which, wait, did I leave it in the box? Did it not come with one? Damn it! If only it wasn't part of a competing toy company!
Gigawatt, I need you to go back in time and I need you to go get me a 6-pack of Ecto Cooler, yes. I need it as quick as possible. I need it as fast as you can. Like, I want it here yesterday.
Why do you sound like Rick?
It's not important!
Both weapons can be stored behind the doors, and with the Siege overlap, he has portholes in the feet, hands, and 2 on each arm. His gun can fit blast effects, and check it! With the Sideswipe leftovers, it can use any of the shoulder blasters. Wait, his mold is from Sideswipe, and this is silver, right? Movie Sideswipe is also silver, who's an iteration of the original Sideswipe from the future! You know what this means! Time travel is confusing! Well, I might not have been as excited about this as I was with the Ectotron. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, even with my gripes, but I can't say the resulting robot is as exciting as I'd like it to be. But what's really thrilling is the novelty of it. It's a Transformer toy that's also the DeLorean vehicle from Back to the Future. Right there is the selling point. I'd say if you're a fan of both franchises or the era, get this guy. Where we're going, we don't need wallets.
Hey guys, I'm here. I'm ready for the Gigawatt review. I'm dressed up as Marty McFly. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for all the Back to the Future skits. Like,
Doc, you telling me you made a Transformer out of a DeLorean?
get it? Where is everybody? Am I late or something? He sent me the time to be here, and my hold on. I wrote it on my hand. Be here. That's the problem. I'm 3 weeks late.
you something. Do you like Transformers? Look, man, I don't care. I'm just trying to make conversation. Anyways, I've got something very special to announce.
Are you doing a giveaway?
Why? Why is it every time I try to announce something, someone wants a giveaway? Oh, special occasion, why don't you do a giveaway? Oh, you want to do a stop motion series, why don't you do a giveaway? You know, I'm not just a piece of meat, I got feelings and emotions too. So I'm announcing a giveaway. In collaboration with H&E Games, who is actually providing and supporting this giveaway, we are going to provide a $25 Amazon e-gift card. That's right, we're giving it to a lucky winner. It could be yours for the taking, so don't miss the chance. You've got nothing to lose. There are requirements though, so please check out the link down in the description below, and the giveaway will end on November 22nd, 2021 at 11:59 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're asking if the giveaway's open after that, thank you for listening. Please send your support to H&E Games, because without them, we wouldn't be doing this. So remember, check the link down below, support H&E Games, and best of luck to the winner. What am I doing with my hands?
So, can I enter?
I am an emotional time bomb.